Hello everybody, Multiman37 back here with another review. Well, not really much of a review, but rather a video for the formation made by combining all these three robots. Lupin Kaiser, Pat Kaiser, and either formation of, what's it called? X-Emperor. I have it in X-Emperor / because A, is my favorite form, and B, I just kind of don't want to deal with like the legs today. So, I'm going to do this with them in this formation, because it would be easier than to do it with all of them separated. You'll only really be needing one good striker, but I just thought to bring in the other good striker for funsies. So let's get started. So let's start with prepping Lupin Kaiser. To prep Lupin Kaiser, you're actually going to take off his arms and leave them exactly the way they are. At least for now. But generally his arms don't really go through much of a transformation. You want to take off Lupin Kaiser's head and make it the dial fighter. And I'm going to be using this as the body base. Pat Kaiser's good striker, I won't. Speaking of Pat Kaiser, same thing you want to do here. Leave the arms the way they are, but take them off. And take off the head. And it's your choice. Officially, you can... It's supposed to look like this, but you can push it outward a little bit more if you wanted to. I am going to return this good striker to its trigger machine mode. There we go. So we're going to be using this good striker as the base, and it kind of works out because you're supposed to leave these open. Now for X-Emperor. Moving all these out of the way for a sec here. Take X-Emperor. Basically, you're basically going to take it out of its robot mode. So, flip those down. But you're not going to switch Fire or Thunder out of attack mode. It also helps if you straighten that out. So, do that. Click. Click. Move him. And then you want to take Fire off of gold, Thunder off of silver, and then that's all the prep that needs to be done for that. So now let's combine these suckers. So we're starting at the bottom and then working our way to the top. So for the bottom, you want to take these little connectors, put them outward. So the one that is the male connection point will go into the female connection point on the, I think that would be the left leg, and then vice versa with the right leg. There's no real way you can confuse these. So there's that. Okay, don't knock my table over. I should probably put like a stopper on this. Go up here, and then what we're going to do is we're going to swing Good Striker's wings outward, and what that will allow us to do is connect X-Train's silver and gold to the points here and here. So this side I think is gold, if I remember. No, this side is silver. So you want to take silver, kind of give it this obtuse angle, and then bend the elbow however you see fit. Actually, it'd be better if you do it the correct way. Kind of give it this kind of obtuse angle and then do that. It's supposed to be facing this way when you put it on. Okay, no, I had it right. It's just a little confusing. So peg, hole, hole, peg. Can be a little weird to work with, especially considering there's a camera right in front of me. Actually, it was a lot easier than I thought. Same thing with the other side. So I'm just gonna kind of prep things up off screen. So you want it to look like this. And then kind of same thing going on here, and I will adjust the arms accordingly. Now, these are very unstable in the state they are. What you want to do is take the handle of the X changer, and there is a little peg right here that goes into the hole on the gatherer of silver. And then, raising up the camera a little, you want to take those two pegs on the top of both of them and spread them outward. Now, going back to the bottom, take Trigger Machine Sango and attach the wheels, the holes on the wheels to the pegs right here. And then same thing with Nigo. Go back up to the top and attach the dial fighters of yellow and blue, and what you're going to do with them is these are going to be little weapon armatures, and so you want to bend the elbow, and I like to actually point the gun forward so that the hand isn't exposed, but the gun is facing forward, and then bend that elbow. And now for the head assembly, what you're going to do, flip it down, and there's the new face. Yeah, visible head syndrome. Attach it via the hole right here that was on Ex-Emperor Gunner. And then what we're going to do is attach the red dial fighter to the chest, Trigger Machine Ichigo to the top of the head. And this actually does have a special sound effect. When we hold the button down, we get... So here we have kuru kaiser VSX. Now before I get into anything else with this figure, let's address the elephant in the room. These leg connections. These are pretty weak. How weak? Well, you saw it right there. These don't like to hold in place. Now, I have seen modifications for this. The arms are actually pretty sturdy, but the legs aren't as sturdy. I have seen one reviewer make a modification for this. I may plan to do the same thing. He basically took a metal hook and attached it to the screw holes of Good Striker and the X-Trains so that they wouldn't, so that something would catch them. So, yeah. Also, Guto Kuru sounds very familiar, doesn't it? That's actually Good Striker's catchphrase whenever he has a good feeling. So, kind of clever what they did there. Now, posability-wise, the arms do have quite a bit, but are kind of restrained due to not... Well, it's not really the wing's fault. It's just they can't really go forward due to the joint itself. But even if they could, I would assure you the wings would probably block it somewhat. The armature weapons up top are actually very posable. So you can shoot, you know, you can saw people up. The weapon on the feet too are kind of strange, but kind of cool. So pretty much literally from head to toe, he is weaponized in one way, shape, or form. In fact, in the show, this thing is way more dynamic due to the fact that it's a CG effect, but still, it's way more dynamic in the show. In the show, also, you can also trade out the Armature weapons for the other trigger machines or style fighters. Like there was one episode they used Cyclone and Blade and Scissors. Another they used Spiker and then Drilling Crane, and then another they used two other machines that I have not reviewed yet, but it still looks nice. And yeah, a lot of people think that this formation is gaudy and awful, but frankly, I like Super Sentai when they have formations that are gaudy and awful, because to me, it's fun. Like, a lot of people complain, oh, it looks too unrealistic. Dude, these are giant robots that fight rubber-suited monsters. You're setting your standards way too high, my friend. But yeah, I really like it. I also like how the face has VSX written across it. Very nice. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this formation. Overall, again, I really love all the stuff they released for lupinx/patranger, and I definitely suggest you pick these bad boys up. They are very much worth it. I think they actually did release good Kuru Kaiser VSX in a set. If not, they definitely should. So I will see you guys later. Take care.